So today we're going to talk about the 5 reasons that a flip may fail. Now, are there more than 5 reasons why a flip could fail? Yes, absolutely. But what's key about these 5 is you having knowledge of them and incorporating them into your planning process can actually help you avoid them. So we're going to get started. But before we do, I want to make sure that you're aware that there's a resource I've put together. It's a fixer-upper checklist. It's actually the 8 things that I'm looking for as I walk through a house to determine if it's a good project. And you can find it on the website, thresholdhomesmn.com/fixer-upper. Print it up, take it with you, and hopefully it'll help as a guide to determine whether or not a project is a good buy for you. So my name is Amber, and I'm with Threshold Homes. And I've had the pleasure of participating in more than 150 renovations over the last 10 years. And one of my specialties has actually been on creating spaces with design elements that really incorporate the style of the house, but also appeal to buyers and kind of set us apart from a traditional fix and flip type business. So all of that knowledge, advice, expertise, I'm here to share it with you so that hopefully you can be successful as you take on your first fixer-upper. And today, those 5 tips we're going to talk about, they're going to be things that you can control when it comes to putting together your plan for your fixer-upper. So let's get started. Number 1, paying too much for your house. Now, hopefully you've seen the beginner's tip video I put together that is about how important a realtor is to your fix and flip process. This is really where that person can help you determine whether or not you're paying too much for a property. There should be 2 things that you are looking for when you are buying a house: motivated seller and a house that has characteristics or is outdated or has some kind of an issue that makes it not appealing to a typical retail buyer. Because in order for you to not overpay for a house, you should not be paying retail. So a competent, knowledgeable, experienced realtor can help you determine that pricing when you're putting together your offer. That's why they're so critical. So don't forget to include them as you're making your first offers. Second item for flips and where they can go wrong is you over improve the property. This is actually really common for first-time flippers, especially because you see all of the images of the beautiful spaces on Instagram and Pinterest and you want to replicate those. But not every house at every price point is appropriate for those type of finishes. So again, a realtor who's experienced and knowledgeable in that area can help guide you as to which renovations you should consider and which ones are going to be over improvements. Number 3, you decide to take on the improvements yourself. And there's a couple areas with this that can get really challenging. Number 1, you may actually have a job where you're making a salary, so it's financially beneficial for you to make money doing that rather than taking time off and doing a project. Now, I've done demo, tile, all the kinds of construction things over the years, and I even used to clean the properties when they were finished. And the thing that becomes more clear as you are in this business more is that there are certain things that you're very skilled at, and you should spend your time on those and hire other people to do the things that they're very skilled at. So for example, exterior painting. If you don't have the sprayer and the extension ladders, it can cost you not only money to get the equipment to do the painting, but it could take you 2 to 3 times as long as it could a professional crew. So hire the professionals. 4th item where a flip may fail is kind of tied to the one we just went over, where it takes longer than you anticipated, right? So if you have a project and you decided you were going to do some of the work, or you were going to hire a friend who was going to do it at a discount, and that ends up taking longer because their time value of money is better spent doing something else, that's going to push your timeline back, which is going to extend your holding costs, your insurance, interest, utilities. It can also change when your house is going on the market. So it can make the difference between a house going on in spring and a house going on in summer. So you're going to want to make sure you're budgeting for some holding costs as part of your overall budget, but you're also going to want to make sure that if you notice something that's starting to take a little bit longer, that you're very quick to make an adjustment for that. The fifth area I see people struggle with, and I see this all the time, is after spending all of this money on renovating this house, they didn't budget for staging and they didn't budget for professional photographs. And these two areas are ultimately where a buyer is going to see your house first. The number one place a buyer sees a house is online, which means those photographs and how those spaces look is everything. So you're gonna wanna make sure you don't skimp on this part of the process, and make sure you budget this money as a non-negotiable from the very beginning to set yourself up for success and for the best offer possible. So we've talked about 5 reasons why a flip may fail, and I hope you found this helpful. If you did, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to our channel. That way you'll be sure not to miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you're here because you love design and renovation, we're so glad you're here. You can also subscribe to the channel and like this video, and you'll make sure to catch all of our before and afters, our property walkthroughs, and our design inspiration as we take on another fixer-upper. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time.